Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Man United 1. We've won the game into the top 4. Last game of 2022, Mina. Happy, pleased. Marcus Rashford scores again. Man of the match as well off the bench after a little misdemeanor of not starting the game. But yeah, man, we won the game.
Yeah, man, big 3 points. Obviously, going Wolves away is you guys know what it's like. You know what it's like the last few seasons. I remember there was a season where we played them like 4 times in the space of like a month.
Yeah,
and it was just the same kind of performances.
didn't win one.
Didn't win one. So to get 3 points today, I think is massive. Away from home into top 4, which I think is the most important thing, because a lot of people did think it was going to be out of our reach, especially with how like opposition teams are performing. But it wasn't a flattering performance. I wouldn't say that, but we definitely could have had a goal or two. Definitely in the first half, definitely in the second half. I think the difference in being clinical in front of goal is so evident. Like, we create chances. Anthony easily could have had a goal, could have had two maybe. He's just not been looking the best, but just being patient with him and just hoping that the best is going to come out of him in due time. I think one thing with Anthony today is that he was not clinical in front of goal, but he was playing in a way that was still contributing to our attacking options. And I think that's better than someone that's just a ghost throughout the game.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford, though, my guy, he overslept.
What's
he came
going
out
on
and
here?
He overslept, and that's why he.
Oh, did he say? Did he say?
Yeah, he said it. He said he was late to a meeting and because he overslept.
See that? Do you know what though? I love that. I saw him smiling, but my thing was on mute. He said he overslept. Wow.
Yeah,
And you know
he
what
said he
though?
overslept.
Fair play to Ten Hag though. He's like, I don't care, bro. You can't start. You can't
Yeah,
start.
no, it's standards. It's standards, and he's holding
Yeah.
everyone applicable to it, no matter who it is, and I respect that.
But look at that though. Let's talk about Rashford. Overslept, late to the meeting, didn't start, took it in his stride. Come on, gets the goal, man of the match, 3 points, top 4.
And he could have had a second. I think that was kind of unlucky, VAR disallowing that goal. But one thing you look at when you watch Rashford, especially this season, like, this is a guy that had a difficult Euros. He had a difficult Europa League final with us. He had surgery, had a difficult season last season. He's already on like 11 goals in 22 games this season, I think. And last season he was struggling to even hit double digits. You see the difference in his play as well, because obviously we know that he likes to play on the left, but he's showed us today he was playing through the middle for that second goal that got disallowed. He's showing us that he's working on the skill sets that allow him to play across the front three line, and it doesn't limit him to just playing on the left, because obviously there's competition for pretty much every spot in that front three line, and I think the diversity that he offers us, and the way that he's been working on his finishing, like he's making the wiser options. He knows when to play a 1-2 with Bruno, or whether to take on his man. He's using his body well. He's using his physicality well. He barged the player off for the first goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And his finishing has really improved. I think a lot of times in the past we used to worry about him just like knuckleballing it into the crowd or just taking a wild shot. But now he's just playing smarter, and I think a lot of credit goes to Marcus Rashford for picking up himself from the season he had last year, and it also goes to Ten Hag. Ten Hag did say when he came in that Rashford was a big part of his plan at Manchester United, and there's a reason why a lot of people, like in Europe, I remember during the World Cup when France fans were being interviewed about one player they would take from the England team prior to the England and France game, and they were all saying Rashford. Like, Rashford's one of the most loved, but like a lot of people outside of England see his talent and his immense ability, and I think this season is redemption season for him, and we're seeing it right now.
Oh, redemption season! I like that. Do you think he's silenced the haters and the doubters now? Because even I'm talking about even fans of our own club. It's like some people saying, sell him in the summer, get rid, this, that, and the other, and then you see the glow up and the comeback. Has he silenced the critics, the haters, the doubters?
I think so, but I don't think we've seen that. The pinnacle of what Rashford has to offer. I think there's so much more to come, and he's only 25, so he's only gonna provide that improvement and that the more experience. This is a kid that's been playing since he was 17. He came into our starting lineup, and he's near enough got nearly 10 years of experience in Manchester United first team, which is crazy to say because he's so young. But I do think like he's about 80% right now, and I think there's 20% that is going to take him above, like, to the top, and he'll be Manchester United's most important player going forward. And we saw it today when he didn't start in the first half. I was shocked to see Garnacho come off, to be honest, because I did think
she
that
probably should have been Anthony.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Oh.
what we were doing in the first half was coming from Garnacho, and they do play somewhat a bit similar in terms of how comfortable they are to take on their man on the left-hand side, which I think Anthony has kind of been struggling with on the right-hand side lately, because people call him like a one-trick pony, where everyone knows he's going to cut into his left, cross it, or take a shot. But Rashford and Garnacho, I think on the left-hand side, they just offer something different. But for me, credit goes for Rashford. It goes to Rashford for scoring, but Casemiro, Varane, David De Gea, that back line, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, he needs to go, he needs to go. Yes, he should be leaving, but when he's called upon, he has to perform, and that's what he's doing right now. I think when you watch him over the last two games, he's not the Wan-Bissaka that I used to see when he first came
He's
to Manchester
different, isn't
United,
it?
where he's not flying into tackles anymore. He's staying on his feet a lot more. His defensive positioning has become a lot better. I remember he used to be criticised so much for his defensive positioning. It's improved, and he's getting forward obviously a lot more, which is what we see. And he's not that great in terms of his output levels when he's providing an attacking threat, but
He nearly
defensively
got an
he's playing
assist
a
as
lot.
well for the Rashford, for the
He did.
second
He
Rashford
nearly
one.
got, he did nearly get an assist, and he's playing different defensively. And I think David De Gea today, two big saves.
You could talk about
Varane,
distribution, but when it comes to the big moments of keeping the ball out the net, that save
that's
from
what
the
it's
free kick
about.
and then that save from the header. That's what it's about, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I think also like Casemiro, everyone knows how important Casemiro is, but like I saw a stat today that said we got 7 clean sheets in the Premier League so far. Last year we had 8 altogether. So we're already about to surpass the clean sheets that we've had. And a lot of that goes to obviously the Varane and Martinez partnership. But a big factor of that is, I think, Casemiro's influence into the squad since he's come. And it's interesting because I want to talk about Maguire because
We have to, because look what Luke
it's
Shaw did
interesting.
today. Look how well
Luke
Luke Shaw
Shaw,
played.
and I think Ten Hag is very set on having a left centre back, like a
Yeah.
left-footed left centre back. I don't think he wants 2 right-footed centre backs, and I think we've seen that because Luke Shaw has come in twice in that centre back position when Maguire's fit, he's healthy, he's come back from the World
Mm,
Cup playing for England, and I think it's time that he's probably thinking, yeah,
it's
I
over.
got to go. I got to go. Yeah. I
Mm,
think he
mm.
definitely thinks that because he's bottom in the pecking order right now. And it's crazy because 2 seasons ago, our centre back pairing
First
was
name on the team sheet.
Maguire and Lindelof, and now they're not even
Mm.
in our starting lineup.
Well, literally, Ten Hag has literally changed that whole spine. It was Lindelof and Maguire, and then Fred in front of that is McTominay and Fred. Now it's Ericsson and Casemiro, and then Martinez and Varane, or in this case, Varane and Shaw. Basically, just not them. Just literally changed all 4 of them. And that's what's insane. I think just to wrap up, Nina. Obviously, it is the end of 2022. How would you sum up Manchester United's 2022? But more importantly, because actually, no, not sum up 2022 because there's no point talking about last season. But
Yeah.
since Ten Hag's come in to finish off the year, how would you describe how he's done?
I think he's done better than what a lot of opposition people have expected. I do think, like I said, it's a process in it. But the way that we started the season, if you had told me come the end of the year after we got smoked 4-0 by Brentford, lost to Brighton on opening day, if you told me we'd be 4th place, I think we still got actually a game in hand as well.
Yeah, we do.
Um, and you're telling me Rashford's in form, we've nearly topped our clean sheets in the Premier League for last season, then I definitely would not have believed that. So I would say it's been a decent season with what Ten Hag is working with, and I think it's just only going to get better. I think like I said in the past, the worst, yeah, it has to get bad before it gets better, and I think we've
Yeah, because it's
passed
been
a
bad.
lot of that bad. Yeah, I think we've passed a lot of that bad, and I think it's only going to get better under Ten Hag's reign.
Man of the match.
Oh, man of the match for me. Is it Rashford? But he played 45 minutes. I think it'd be
Yeah, but
unfair on the people that played the full 90. He made the difference. Marcus Rashford did make the difference. So I'll go with Marcus Rashford, but honorary mention to Varane because I think he was
yeah, it
immense
was
today.
solid, man. Are we see, just
Yeah.
last thing actually? Are we seeing the best version of Varane now? Are we seeing it?
we should go to Real Madrid and give them 20 million, because 37 million for Rafael Varane is just that has to be the deal of the century for Manchester United.
Varane
We've
is
had
a
a lot of bad
bargain.
deals. Yeah, we had a lot of bad deals, but I think that one is the best one that we've had in the last 10 years.
Cool, 100%. I agree. I definitely agree with you on that as well. Well, have a good New Year, and to everyone
You
watching
too,
as well,
man.
make sure you guys do as well. We'll see you in the New Year. Bournemouth next game. Bournemouth, man, got to get 3 points at home now as well. We're in a great spot.
Okay.
Peace.